JaChe Nicole back with another video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Today this video is going to be about my appeal. Last video I did give a synopsis of my grades for the summer and fall semester while I've been in grad school. At the end of my fall semester of grad school, I received a grade of F. And a class that I took outside of the social work course. The class was educational psychology, psychology of learning, and I took this course because I had previously worked with some people who were social workers and also did some work in educational psychology and received their degree in that. Amongst talking to them, they told me they fell in love with that field, and I felt that it was an interesting course to take. And also for the field of social work, while we are in at Georgia State, they also don't have a lot of electives available for us. So I was like, let me venture out and see, what this course is about. While the course was interesting, I did tell you all that in the last video. I had a bit of a struggle, but it wasn't in the course itself. I had a bit of a struggle with myself, like I was kind of going through a little bit of a depression. My focus just wasn't all on school. So because of that, I kind of fell short in turning in assignments on time. Now, when all of this happened, I also explained that my son had became sick. All of this happened around the same time, and I scheduled a meeting with my professor, and I was like, we have this big paper coming up in your class. It's your final paper. If any way, anyhow, I can, please turn in my topic paper. I missed that. That was worth 1 point in the overall grade. And then I had to do an annotated bibliography. That was worth 5 points. So the final paper was like 26 points, and then like the paper itself was like 19 points in total if you did it. So I was like, you know what? In my head, because I'm like, when I read syllabuses, I try to go in and calculate like, what can I get on this? If I made this, if I got this, like I'm that type of person. So I calculate all my grades. I'm like, well, really, it doesn't really matter if I don't turn in this annotated bibliography and the topic, because I'm going to do well in the paper. But before I got to this point in life with that thought process, I had my meeting with her. I explained everything, yada, yada, yada. And she did allow me time to complete the work. I had already completed the annotated bibliography, and I wanted to turn it into her. But then in the meeting, she says, just to give you a fair warning, a lot of your classmates have turned in plagiarized copies of an annotated bibliography, and I just want to go ahead and give you, notice that it has to be in your own words. Granted, plagiarizing is a big no. In any school, any college, everyone knows that. However, I had never known for a professor to ask for an annotated bibliography and for it to be a problem for us to use the summaries that are on the academic scholarly journals. Like, all my scholars, all my students who have done an annotated bibliography, y'all know what I'm talking about. So this professor asked me that we had to do 10 citations in our own words. But then in the meeting, she says, you're only going to use 3 or 4 of them. So you have us doing busy work. So on top of us doing busy work, I'm just like, you're grading us harshly on this busy work. So I felt defeated altogether, because I'm like, well, wow, maybe I shouldn't turn this in because I'm scared that I'm going to get a 0 anyways for plagiarizing. I'm sorry, that's my baby. He wants to speak. For plagiarizing, do you want to say hello? Brief little meet moment. Here's Jemai. Say, hey, Mama. You don't want to say hi? You don't want to say hi? Okay. So, I have, now at this point, I am kind of scared, but I'm working on my paper, final paper. She did allow me time to turn in my topic and my annotated bibliography. But because she gave me the fair warning, I just took it upon myself not to turn in the annotated bibliography because I just didn't want to put too much stress on myself at that time. So, bada boom, bada bang, we fast forward. I complete the paper and I calculate all my grades up, and once she grades them, because she grades all of our stuff so last minute, we get literally an updated score for our final papers the day before grades are due. So now I'm panicking because I'm calculating my grade in her class and I'm like, wow, I have a 69.24. I'm like, if I knew her in my field, a lot of my professors would have rounded that up. I would have got a C. So I'm like, I don't know. It can go any which way with her. I can get a D or I can get a C. But I knew for a fact that I was probably going to get a D because the professor was a little bit nasty. Like, she was just kind of like an ego. She had like a power struggle. She had something going on with her to where she felt the need to be on like this status with us or whatever. So I just knew that I was probably going to get the D. So I already started preparing myself that I was going to be doubling up on electives for the fall semester because for the spring semester, this upcoming semester, because in my program, we have to maintain a 3.0 GPA. So that's a B average, got to maintain it. And I'm like, wow, I just got a D. Final grades come out and I receive a grade of an F. Where did the F come from? I couldn't tell you. However, I do know that immediately I contacted her, my professor. And one moment, let me go grab my phone. Okay, so when I emailed her, her response was very short. She didn't really seem like she cared. And yeah, I'm finding the email. I have a lot of emails. I do apologize. Okay. I said, hello. I'm contacting you on behalf of my final grade. I am concerned as to why I received a grade of an F. According to my calculations of the grades you posted on iCollege, I received a 69.24. I'm currently in the advanced standing program for social work. This program is only a 3-semester program, maintaining a 3.0 GPA. While I understand I may have fallen very short in your course, I tried my best to navigate through a course with no background knowledge. I was advised to take this course and I put forth my best effort while being an intern, a new mommy, a worker, and a housewife. I am trying my best to excel in this program and earn my master's degree in the spring. If there is any way you can explain how I received a grade of an F, or if it is an error, can we please discuss how we can go about adjusting the grade? I do not wish to have an F on my transcript. While I know I did not present myself this semester in the best light, I do know for sure that I did better than an F. She responds, JaChe, Thank you for your email. As posted on iCollege, detailed information on graded assignments are available on iCollege. The grade you earned was based on test grades and several missed assignments. If you were struggling with the completion of assignments, you should have emailed me as it is stated on our syllabus. At this point, there is nothing I can do to change the grade you earned. I wish you the best on all your future personal and academic endeavors. Best wishes, the professor. So this all took place on December 17th, and that's where yeah. So I had to rest on this. Literally, I had to rest. I was a little bit scared to appeal my grade because I've had a lot of horror stories. They tell me, like, you know, your teacher must first approve the appeal to make sure that, you know, they want to fight for it or something like that. So I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I feel like I'm just not going to have the best, you know, outcome with doing this. So I'm like, well, maybe I should just, you know, leave it alone, take my grade. I really didn't, you know, present myself in the best light. But I'm like, no, I know that I calculated my grade, and I'd rather take a D versus an F. An F to me feels like I did absolutely zero, nothing at all in your class. So I reached out to my academic advisor, who I've known since undergrad. And he advised, because of this being, because I am a social work student, I was not familiar with the chain of command in the educational psychology program. So I had to reach out to him and enlist some help. And he pointed me in the direction of the right person to get in contact with. And I reached out to her, and I actually just told her my story. I told her what happened. I told her how I calculated the grade and what went on in the classroom. And she was like, you know, give me a few days and I'll have this situated for you. Or I'll come back to you with the necessary information. Whatever you need, I will have it situated for you, is what she told me. Cool. I say no later than the next day from when I emailed that lady, I received an email that says, your grade change has been processed. And I was just so relieved. I was happy that I advocated for myself and I received my correct grade in the course. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I heard a lot of horror stories. Like, they had to jump through hoops. They had to do a lot of stuff just to get their correct grade, or just to fight for whatever. And I'm here to tell you that although I didn't have to go through too many hoops to get my grade change, fight for what's right and keep fighting. Like, even if you have to go through hoops and you have to talk to this person and that person, if you have to bring receipts, if you have to do anything, do what you have to do to prove your point. Because for me, it was so simple, and it kind of hurts me to know that I had to even go through the fact to get a grade change for something that was so simple, and all she had to do was honor it if I emailed her. But the fact that I had to go above and beyond to go to her boss, and it switched in a day, I say fight. Keep fighting until you get what you deserve. And I'm happy that it worked out for me like this. I honestly, in the middle of this video, I just found an email from her that I did not know. She sent from January 5th, and it was kind of, again, nasty. And I just want to share this with you all, just so y'all can see that professors are human. They make errors, they make mistakes, and not all professors are as nice in easy and understandable and stuff like that. But she did respond and said, "Happy New Year's. I hope you've had a restful break. I have submitted a grade request change to change your grade from an F to a D. If you choose to further appeal, please contact Ms. Vaughn to get the appropriate paperwork filled out. She is attached to this email." So, I'm not going to further explain or, continue to talk on this situation, but I hope that this video provides some insight for future social workers or either other students that are experiencing a hard time with their grades, with their professors. And if you just needed that motivation, that push to appeal your grade, here it is. I say here it is. Fight for your grade, fight for your rights, advocate for yourself, and put yourself out there. No one's going to advocate for you if you don't advocate for yourself. And also in the field of social work, we're going to be advocating for individuals all the time. That's our job. So it starts with ourselves. We must advocate for ourselves. So keep that in mind. And yes, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my videos. Comment with more videos you'll like to see, and just let me know. I'm an open book. I like to talk and tell stories all the time. So yes, see you all later.
Telling Facebook something you can add me on and listen to the words of this song, girl. You got it.